Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we're taking a look at the tracks Speed Demon and Straight from the Heart by the American rock band Dance Gavin Dance. The band have hit us with a double serving with these recent releases, all forming one music video, so we're effectively part A and part B, but the band have continued to put out music despite the difficulties they continue to face as a band. The death of Tim Feerick really hitting them hard around the release of Jackpot Juicer, then Tillian kind of dancing in and out of the band with his final departure recently being announced, and we have got Andrew Wells really just kind of stepping into that lead vocal role, certainly on the cleaner vocals, but they're just continuing to show that they are not willing to back down. They're continuing to fight through the adversity that they have been facing and continuing to put out a string of tracks. We have recently heard The Ghost of Billy Royalton, which was a bit of a tribute to Tim Feerick, as well as War Machine, and now we have got these latest two tracks to add to it as well. So will these be two tracks you just want to speed through, or will they be full of heart? Let's take a look at exactly how they sound. Okay, I'm loving the sound wave really getting from them, really continuing to show their proficiency. Some beautiful work coming from Matt Mingus on that drum kit, as well as Will Swan, just really providing some really groovy riffs in the back of the track. It continues to show the playfulness of Dance Gavin Dance, and the way they just meld so many styles together. They've really got this funky suave to them that most of the bands really do struggle to emulate, and also building in a bit of story with Gobby, or the Gobbler, whatever you want to call him, and kind of his story being brought in. And it really is quite reflective in kind of two instances with this track. I do feel this first track I kind of really feel revolves around the idea of a lot of the negativity that the people face, not the band as a whole as well. It's something Andrew Wells has been very kind of outspoken about, is about the negativity that is faced in the musical spheres from all kind of angles, so we can kind of see some of these ideas coming through as well, the difficulties that they face, and we really see that come through very heavily in the chorus. Break all my bones, burn me up, devour my light. The idea of a spark of light, really kind of having these great ideas and that kind of being broken down, you kind of getting smashed into the mud effectively for things that you do and your ideas. Light me up like a wildfire. The idea of kind of people on the internet that are willing to just burn people alive for things they may or may not have done. So kind of sometimes jumping to conclusions, not knowing the whole story. They've let it burn, let it burn. The idea of starting this fire, just kind of all it takes is a spark sometimes to really do that, to burn somebody down, to really burn them out as well. So I love the ideas they're bringing in. Take everything that I said and think it over. Tell everyone that I'm dead and give them closure. So again, just really kind of focusing on this negativity negativity that's really coming across very beautifully from Andrew Wells in this chorus. I really like the way he's really powering that across with these very strong vocals. That if so, feed me to the abyss, just kind of cast me off into the nothingness, kind of get rid of me through all this negativity you're willing to cast my way. They'll tear apart all that I am until I don't exist. So really just burning people down effectively, really tearing them apart for if they kind of don't agree with people's decisions. So really focusing a little bit on negativity, but also kind of looking at today's modern culture, the idea of really just kind of bringing others down to kind of climb that social ladder. And it's something we kind of see quite heavily, and we really see John Mesh really kind of going over that in some of the verses. Scammed right in the middle of my master plan, I saw a demon in my masterpiece. Now this actually could be a really interesting lyric, because it could talk effectively about Tillian, about him being the demon in the masterpiece. They're really producing some great music. Jackpot Juicer was extremely well received, and now they're kind of really struggling because they're constantly going through these ebbs and flows of these demons that are effectively trying to tear the band apart or really put blockers in their way. I freeze, I squeeze my cheese. I love the way they still continue to bring in some of these funny kind of lyrics. My bloated noggin and my swollen fist, this head full of ideas, or maybe anger, things like that swollen fist, almost like that Arthur meme with the fist can kind of really being brought in. I know it's all about to change, to separate my carnal mind from the path that's been eating me up. So the idea of kind of chasing this idea of fame as well, there's so many ideas crammed into this, and we see that with the storyline of Gobby as well, him starting out with a path with 0 followers and doing things, kind of destructive things, kind of taking down other people to kind of rise up in popularity, to rise in fame, and that idea of kind of how you can tread over others and do quite negative things to kind of climb that social ladder. So lots of really interesting things coming through on the track already. So before we do move into Straight from the Heart, I want to cover a couple of other things from this first track, and it's that bridge. Speed demon, when you smash the gas, you know God always gets the last laugh. So it could touch on the idea of how people are just kind of willing to, again, step on us to kind of hit the speed, kind of really try and shoot themselves into fame by kind of maybe making media or making things on like Instagram where they kind of just talking badly about other people and trying to just kind of shoot to fame as fast as possible. So again, these lots of different ideas really coming through. The idea if you sit on the throne, someone will slit your throat. If you're at the peak, there's always someone coming for you. There's always a target on your head. So I really like the way they're kind of incorporating that. I'll bring the fight, no end in sight, devour all my light. So maybe fighting back against the people that are very negative towards you. They kind of see your success, they don't like it, they want to bring you down, but you kind of fight back against it. So again, fighting and retaliating to that negativity. And also something we do see is often kind of in that kind of media sphere effectively, we do see those people at the top. You will always kind of have copycats and things like that. So if you're like a streamer or an influencer, things like that, there's always somebody that will copy what you do and try and come for your position effectively, or try and find ways to bring you down, to kind of crumble your kingdom around you. So very much a double-edged track, I do feel, with this first one, and the way that it really explores that idea of negativity, burning people down in a very clever way that also kind of looks at kind of a very modern thing that's become certainly on the rise, the idea of kind of streaming and things like that. When I was a kid, most kids just wanted to be a footballer. If you ask most kids now, they probably want to be a streamer or a gamer or things like that. These ones that are very much kind of in the social spotlight and much easier to bring down because of the way that kind of the online era has come into effect. So really interesting track, and continue to show many of the Dance Gavin Dance elements that really does make them such a fun band to listen to. So much playfulness in the lyrics, the vocal stylings, as well as the music, and really just have got all members still firing on all cylinders. And Andrew Wells has done a fantastic job at really stepping into the kind of unfilled shoes on that lead vocal role and really just providing some really strong vocals and messages to the track.
I'm not burning, I won't fade away. Time to shine brighter. I've always been a fighter. On your way down, give me a wave. No, the fall is bitter. You've dancing. I'm stacking pins and songs, 'cause it takes my pain away. I let the light flow through my bones. I'm like a tree in earthquake good. I feel my heart show up. Now the spirit is screaming, I'm receiving the pain and the pain that's darkness. But I'm not burning, I won't fade away. Time to shine brighter. I've always been a fighter. On your way down, give me a wing. No, the fall is bitter. You've always been a quitter. I'm at the top of my game. You should have more of the same. Quit blaming, sick of all the complaining. I work till I'm in the dirt. You lazy fucks of the world.
Okay, I'm loving the switch up we're really getting in this track, the way it just dances between these faster and slower elements, and we really see Andrew Wells really coming to more prominent on this second half of the track on Straight From The Heart. But it kind of talks about his journey, and it's something he's very vocal about on social media and things like that, his gains and things like that, and I love the way they're building that into the actual story of this track, the idea of he's worked to get to his position, he's kind of slaved away to build the body that he's got, and the fact that he's not burning out, he's not going to fade away, he's going to continue to shine bright. I've always been a fighter. On your way down, give me a wave. So you've really got this contrast on Straight From The Heart, where you've kind of got the people that are willing to work to get to the top, and the people that are just kind of the bottom dwellers, effectively, that are just willing to kind of try and kind of climb over the top of these people that are really working day in and day out to kind of do that. No, the fall is bitter. You've always been a quitter. The idea that progress is something you have to build on slowly over time. It's not this overnight sensation, unless you're kind of one of maybe a million that kind of gets that look that really comes in. Quit blaming. I'm sick of all the complaining. I'll work till I'm in the dirt. You lazy fucks are the worst. So you can really see some of that aggression really biting back. I love the fight that is really shown in these two tracks of really kind of going at the people that are kind of full of negativity, or kind of just willing to kind of effectively crap on people that are above them. I really do love the way they're doing that, and I love the way they contrast it in that first verse when John Mess comes in. Feels like reverse embalming poison buffet, I hear my stomach calling. And I really love the way that they've kind of mixed in some of these food ideas, because it's all about kind of social feeds and things like that. So I love these food elements that we're really getting tied in to a lot of the kind of online era that we are in, and the way that kind of fits in with social feeds and things like that. Creme brulee, all I wanted was a bucket of nuggets and then a pie and a peanut shake. So really just kind of showing the kind of difference in mentality as well. Some people just want to eat these unhealthy foods and just kind of dwell and not really do anything to improve themselves, when you've got other people that are really trying to, again, climb that ladder effectively and work on themselves. And I really love this particular lyric. I was tripping over piles of bile. It was the greatest thing I ever ate. And the idea of tripping over piles of bile, it's almost like talking about the internet as a whole. The fact that there's so much maybe bad content out there that you have to climb over to get to the stuff that's actually kind of a lot of effort into it. And you see it online sometimes. You'll see a really crappy put together video or something that really has millions of views, and yet someone will slave away on a video or something for hours and hours and hours and maybe get 100. So sometimes you've got to kind of climb over all the rubbish to get to all the good stuff, to get to that golden nugget effectively. And the fact that we are just a consumer culture as well, the fact that all we do is consume all this media day in, day out, and it's become something that people can do for maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. So I love the way they're kind of referencing on that idea of that self-improvement and fighting against the negativity, and not allowing the people that don't work for anything to drag down the people that actually work for everything.
The seas to part. I heard their sermon and he's burning, man, they ain't that smart. I'll take a little rest, feeling blessed, straight from the heart. If they keep fucking around, I won't be down. You live in the ground, you don't deserve this heart. You don't deserve that. All alone in a room with the doom, sound and doom, in a room with the doom, sound and doom. You couldn't make it stop. You couldn't make it all alone in a room with the doom, sound and doom. You couldn't stop.
What an absolute barrel of fun coming from the band with both of those tracks, really showing something different in each, but I love the theme that really runs throughout, the idea of not allowing negativity to really weigh you down, really showing through this interesting story of almost this internet sensation and building this character Gobby that they can really build their story around. And I imagine some of these songs will be featured on an upcoming 11th studio album, but I really love the way they kind of show a lot of playfulness still, really dancing between John Mess and Andrew Wells and then intertwining them at certain parts in the track as well. It's something that's always been very prevalent in a lot of their music, and I'm glad to see that continue. And I love in that bridge, these devils waiting for the seas to part, I heard their sermon, and these vermin, man, they ain't that smart. The idea of, again, talking about kind of people that are kind of just spouting negativities being vermin, the kind of bottom, they're living underneath effectively, they're just kind of just in these hovel holes effectively where they can spew nonsense and things like that. You don't deserve this art. And I love the way they're kind of showing that, the idea that people that don't just kind of hurl negativity and don't deserve the music they are putting out, because it's a ton of fun, a lot of the stuff they do, and whilst it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, it is still great to see them continue after all this time to just really show creative flair and still incorporate so much into their music. A lot of the time it can seem like John Mess is really spouting nonsense, but there's a heavy amount of cleverness to a lot of the lyrics that he does include in many of these tracks, and you can really see that, especially with the contrast on this track between him and Andrew, kind of showing those two different styles and that negativity and that positivity really radiating from both of them to really emphasize the amount of contrast that is actually on this track. And really just, again, great to see all four members really just kind of shining with a lot of their proficiency and their ability despite all the hardship the band have been through recently. So there we have it, we've feasted our ears on Speed Demon and Straight from the Heart, but I would love to know your thoughts about these tracks in the comments section below. How do you feel it lives up to some of their previous releases, songs such as The Ghost of Billy Royalton, War Machine, or maybe some of their early material from things such as Jackpot Juice or further back than that? Please do let me know your thoughts. Also, if you would like to see more Dance Gavin Dance content, I have covered some of their previous tracks in separate videos, which you can find the link to in the description of this one. And if you would like to see more content like this overall, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.